in the year 200X. All the robots are fucking dickheads, except for Mega Man, bitch. Here we go. Now, I ain't falling for that trick where you, oh, it's time to turn up the heat on this gameplay. It's time to turn up the heat. I'm gonna beat this whole Mega Man game, guys, and I'm gonna do the whole thing in like a thing. You see what I'm saying? You guys know what I'm saying. Now, these guys are called Pump Boys. These enemies are called Spin Boys. And I'm gonna make them spin in their graves, if you catch my drift. This game. I am playing this on an emulator, but I've made a blood pact not to use any save states or computer cheating. So you know this is honorable. Watch this. Ooh. And I should mention, I've never beaten any Mega Man game ever. I always rage quit at the final boss. So you guys will get to see that. Oh no. Now Mega Man's gotta make it to the platform. But watch out. The Circle Boys, what were they called? The Spin Boys are closing in on his location. Will Mega Man make it out in time? Find out in 1 second. Ooh, watch this, watch this. Oh. I was born ready, Mega Man game. I was born ready. I don't care about these Spin Boys. They're coming out of the woodwork. Those are bricks. Ow. Stop it! Stop being guy! Get out of my thing! How you gonna have a brick there? Huh? Who builds this place? Bill Brick? No, really, did Bill Brick build this? Cause I got an outstanding feud between him. If he sees me here, I'm gonna be in a lot of trouble. Circle, aha! I got your power, you Circle Man. Wait, that's a Spin Boy. It's all the same. I just come up with the stupidest shit. Alright, this part is a real fucking pisser. Watch this. You guys ready? Strap in your fucking seatbelts. I'm about to open a fucking candy store. Boom. Boom. Boom, here we go. Don't fall in the lava pit, Mega Man. It will be your certain death. Now don't go for that head down there. That's a trick. Ooh, they try to get me. They try to cross me off. Just like Street Fighter. Well, let me tell you something, Capcom. There's in a game you can make that I haven't mastered. Ah, damn it. Alright, I think we found somebody. Heatman, I'm coming to turn the heat up on your life by killing you. Ah, ooh. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Watch out for this. Watch out. Whoa, watch out for that. That's gonna, whoa, you got it. Guys, whoa. Whoa, oh wow, guys. Oh no. Get out of here. You just beat man. Cause I beat him. Get equipped with atomic fire. Ooh. Oh, an important message from Dr. Light. Get your weapons ready. Thank you. Alright, guys, remember this, just in case. Okay, who's next? Metal Man. Dude, they're gonna be calling, when I'm done with them, they're gonna be calling him Deadle Man. Because he'll be in such debt to me. I'm gonna save his life. Now I have Flame Breath. Oh, what? There's an E. I need that. That's for your ears. Let's go back to P. H, I'm really not feeling H right now. In this level, Mega Man faces an all new kind of robot. The kind that just sink into the ground. They're smarter than no, they're pretty dumb actually. This is Call of Duty Black Ops. Mega Man 2 Black Ops 2. Oh no, in this level, Mega Man faces an all new type of adversary. One that only knows how to go up and down. Oh no. There's a Mega Man head! I need that! 2 heads are better than 1. George Washington. Damn, don't stop it. But hey, get up, oh, yeah. Whoa, it's a good thing I knew that was there. Yeah. Oh no, watch out. This is where the Gear Man comes down. Oh no, watch out. This is where the Gear Man comes down. Oh no, watch out. This is where the Gear Man. Oh no, watch out. Just. I'm damn good. Alright, watch this. I'm gonna sweep these guys up. Sweep them up with the old crisscross. This game is Mega Man. Now I got this new glide power. And we're gonna really see what Mega Man's true nemesis is. His own self. Hey, these groundhog guys are total, they're not good. They're not nice. Metal Man, I'm at your door. Knock, knock, knocking on metal door. Good thing I have H, bitch. Oh, he doesn't give a shit about H. He could really give a rat's ass. I'm actually sure this is healing him. This guy's a total dick. Hey, fuck you. Just wait till I bring in that P in there. I'm gonna fucking pee on your fucking metal. That's gonna create rust. You don't want that. Oh. Alright, let's do this. No more horse and show. No more fucking Doggy's Den. No more fucking Pikmin's Playhouse. No more fucking Metal Man's fucking Metal Jabulzi. No more fucking... You're dead. You're dead. Metal Man. Metal Man. Metal Man. You listening? If you're watching this video, Metal Man, you're fucking dead. Who's next? And I'm back already. I ain't fucking around on this playthrough, alright? I mean, we're getting down to business. And speaking of business, sit your ass down. Grab up some popcorn. Let me tell you about. So I needed another voice actor. You know, I needed another voice from one of my videos. It was a League video, and I needed another guy's voice. So I'm always seeing these people like it's kind of sad. Like you see them on the street with like a cardboard sign, need work. So I go up to one of these guys, and I'm like, I got some work for you. And it's kind of funny, you know. It's not the kind of work they think they're gonna get. And I'm like, oh, you just come on down to my place, and you just record some stuff, some voice work. And you know, and they're kind of weirded out by it. And I'm like, what kind of work are they expecting to do? I mean, what else are they gonna do? They're probably thinking like physical work, physical labor, but this is easier than that. And they'd rather do that than this. It seems. So I get this guy. He's out there with his sign. And I'm like, hey, you want to come and do some stuff? I'll pay you like $120 for an hour of work. That's gotta be better money than he's ever gonna get working. Come on. And then, so he takes the deal. He takes it. I bring him back to my place. It's kind of weird, you know, just letting some stranger in, some hobo-looking guy. But I'm like, you know, just come in. I get you a drink, and I sit him down in front of the microphone. And then, I bring up the script, and I have him. I say, okay, now say this into the microphone. I sit him down. He drinks his water. You know, it's all comfortable. The situation is kind of calm at this point. I say into the microphone now, Dunderbutt. He looks at me like I just murdered his family. It's just Dunderbutt. And he's like, why do I have to say Dunderbutt? And I look into his eyes, I say, look, bitch. There's two ways you're getting out of here. Alright? You're either getting out of here in a fucking trash bag, or you're gonna walk out of here a made man. So, you know, he's kind of intimidated by me. I'm holding a knife at this point, up to his neck. He says, all right, you know, I'll give him my best. So he goes up to it, Dunderbutt. I'm like, that's not funny, okay? I'm video game donkey. I know funny. That's not funny. And then I make him do it again. He's like, Dunderbutt. He's all stiff. No, it's not funny. He sounds forced. It sounds like somebody's forcing a knife to this man's throat, forcing him to say Dunderbutt. That's exactly what was happening. So, pretty much I said, look, if you don't get it right this next time, I'm gonna fucking cut your throat and kill you. And at this point, he's literally crying, begging for his life. It's pretty funny. One second, guys. So he's sitting there, he's crying. I say, look, motherfucker, you got one more shot, and if you fuck this one up, you and me, we're done. You especially, though, you're gonna be dead. So he goes, a Dunderbutt. And it was perfect, you know. There was a giant smile on my face. I said, you know, thanks for coming out. I gave him the money. And then he went back down. I don't know where he went. He went back down in the street. I just kind of escorted him out. So, the next day I'm out there on the sidewalk. It's just like a normal place that I walk past like every day. And I out there, and I see him out there. And, he actually, he kind of like looked away as I walked towards him. Like I didn't want to see him. So I go up to him again. I'm like, hey, you know, I need you to help me out again. And he pretends that he doesn't even know who I am. Like he never came here. He's like, I'm sorry, I don't know you. I don't know. I'm like, what? You just worked for me like a couple days ago. I need you to come and do some voice work. And then he's like, nah, I'm sorry, I don't know. And then he just kind of walks away. So then it was like probably a week later that it's not him, it's some other guy doing the same thing, like with the sign. And he's like, well, no, he didn't have a sign. Yeah, he was just begging it wasn't begging, he was just asking people for money, you know, like a handout, just like $1 or something. And he asked me like, sure, can I get $1? And I'm like, you know, how about I give you, you know, if you want to do some work for me, I'll give you a lot. I'll give you like a day's pay. And he instantly knew, like, I guess that guy like just told the other people or something. But he knew my thing, I guess. So he said no. And, shit, I died. So he said no. So, I hit him, like, there's nobody around, right? So I just hit him on the back of the head. I have a baseball bat. I hit him on the back of the head with a baseball bat. He wakes up in a dark basement, and I'm like, who fucking told you about my fucking shit? And, you know, this guy, he's delirious, bleeding all over the fucking concrete. And he's just saying, it's Steinfeld, man, it's Steinfeld. I'm like, Steinfeld, Jerry Steinfeld from the show? He's like, no, Steinfeld, like, that's the guy's name, Steinfeld, that's the only name I know him by. So I'm like, where the fuck is this guy? He's like, oh, he's on fucking Chicago and forth. I'm like, okay. I head down there, this guy in the basement, you know, I just lock him up to a, like, what do they call that? What's that? It's like a saw. I don't know. I like hook him up to like some saw thing. And then I go and I see this guy, and there's fucking this guy, Steinfeld, with the same sign, trying to find work again. And I'm like, hey, Steinfeld, my man, I need you to do some more work for me. And he is fucking terrified. He starts running away. So, you know, I'm in my car. So I speed up after him. Of course he can't get away. I drive onto the sidewalk, fucking knock his legs out with the front wheels. And then I drag him in the basement. So I got these two guys down there. And, you know, I'm just thinking, how do I get these guys to do the voice work for my League of Legends video? Alright? So I hook up this little custom rig so that I can hook up I bring in like a laptop and like a lower end microphone up to the laptop so that I can get the guys to record down in the basement. Because, you know, I can't get them out of the basement at that point. They're like, the legs are just done. You know, they're not going anywhere. So fuck you, Woodman. Okay, where was I? Oh yeah. So I get them to do the lines, and then, you know, they're crying, bleeding everywhere. It's real messed up. I take the baseball bat, smash the one guy's head in. He's dead. And then Steinfeld, though, is still alive. I gotta get this wood guy. Got you, Woodman. Nice try, Bubby. Alright, guys, tune in next time. You know I'm gonna beat this Mega Man 2 game. You know I'm gonna win. It's me, Dunk. Hey, I'm back with Mega Man 2 already. You know we're gonna blast through this game. Bubble Man. That reminds me of a story. Oh, why don't you sit down? Why don't you guys sit down? I'll tell you all about this story, how I became the Fresh Prince of a town called Bel Air. Now, I was sitting at home, sitting in my basement. Steinfeld's sitting there. I'm like, Steinfeld, I just got a call from the king of Bel Air, Great Uncle Phil, and he's invited me to a royal banquet. I'm like, Steinfeld, you stay here, alright? I'll leave you like a bag of Doritos, and I'm gonna be gone for like 2 weeks off in Bel Air. He's like, you know, that sounds good, but give me the ranch ones. So of course I go to the store. I go and get these flavor blasted, like the nastiest Doritos I can find. Throw them on the ground just like a couple inches away from Steinfeld so he can't actually get to them because he's like handcuffed to this saw thing. I'm like, you know, by the time you get to them, that'll probably be the time that you need to eat them actually. So then I leave. I get on the plane for Bel Air. When I'm on the plane, like, they do have this weird protocol. They're like, would you like some fish, sir? Oh, actually, the fish just blew up. So I'm like, why'd you even offer it to me if it just blew up? They're like, oh, it just blew up as we were talking to you. So I'm like, okay, I guess no fish. And then they had like some jellyfish, but I guess I was like, I had an allergic reaction or something in that because I just took one bite, and then it was like really like my mouth got numb, so I stopped that. We landed. Then there was like one of those guys, you know, with the sign, like a limo guy. That was pretty cool. It said Dunkey on the sign. I was like, oh, that's cool. So then I take the limo to this like big mansion looking place. And when I got near, the limo driver said, he said, what's up? And he had a dice, and like he had a little dice in his pocket, and he threw it. I don't know what that meant, so I just walked away from that guy. He may have been unbalanced. So I go into the mansion, and then this was like a day before the royal banquet. So I go get in my room. He has like guest room set up for me. It's like a big mansion, so I don't even bump into King Phil that day. and then like I go into the guest room and see if they don't even have internet in there though. That was the thing. I was like, okay, I'm gonna play some League, no internet. I'm like, wow, King Phil, you need to shell out some extra bucks to get some Wi-Fi in this place. This place is a real piece of shit. So this is the next day. I'm pretty bored. I'm going to the Royal Banquet. It's later on in the day, and when I get there, the first guy I see, who's sitting there? It's fucking Steinfeld is at the Royal Banquet. I'm like, Steinfeld, I didn't know you were also invited. How'd you get out of the basement? Right in front of everybody, I said, how'd you get out of the basement? He's like, you didn't lock the cuffs. So I'm like, you were just sitting in the basement, not locked at all? He's like, yeah. You know, I thought it was fun. I'm like, whatever, Steinfeld, you know. Go back and go in the basement. He's like, no. You know, I'm done with that. I'm not going back in the basement. So, right in front of everybody at the Royal Banquet, I pick up a fork and I stab him in the hand. All right? And then I take his head and I smash it down on the table. And King Phil's like, what's the meaning of this? And I'm like, this guy, he's got to do some voice work for my League of Legends video. And he's like, League of Legends, yes. I main Wukong. I'm like, okay, alright, King Phil. You just need to shut up. So I take, what did I do? Oh yeah. There was like a dungeon thing in the mansion. So I'm like, King Phil, you got a dungeon or something in here? He's like, yes, I have 2 dungeons. You could take him 2 dungeons deep if you wish. So I took him 2 dungeons deep. I put him in the deepest dungeon. I'm like, look, you just stay here while I go upstairs and schmooze on the King Phil. And he's like, but where's your competition gonna be? I'm like, my competition's right here in the dungeon, because now you're out of the picture. Now I can be the Fresh Prince. So he's like, damn. So Steinfeld's hooked up in the basement, and then, you know, just as a countermeasure, I buzzsaw Steinfeld's legs off so that he can't escape, right? So now he's completely immobilized. I go back upstairs, and who's upstairs already? Fucking Steinfeld is sitting up there in the goddamn banquet room with robotic legs. I'm like, Steinfeld, not only how did you escape, how did you get robot legs by the time that I got upstairs? And Steinfeld sitting there like, man, I just called fucking Best Buy, Geek Squad. I'm like, I didn't even know they did that stuff. You know, I was so confused because I haven't called Geek Squad since what, 1983. So I'm like sitting there in the banquet. It's kind of uncomfortable now because Steinfeld's up there telling good jokes, and King Phil's like, Steinfeld, your jokes tickle my fancy. And that's when I knew that I was in trouble, because when somebody says that about Steinfeld, that means they really like him. So I was sitting there kind of angry because I knew like Steinfeld was gonna get made the new prince. I was kind of pissed. But then, like, we get the main entree, and it's like this jellyfish that I'm allergic to. And then Steinfeld takes a bite, and he's like, oh man, this is disgusting. This tastes like horse shit. And then King Phil's like, my mother made it. It's my favorite dish. I'm like, ooh, Steinfeld just stepped on the wrong toes. This is my time to shine, but I'm allergic to the jellyfish. But I eat the whole thing regardless. I ate the whole jellyfish. And my mouth got so numb. It was so messed up. I had like my face was all swollen and red and shit. And then King Phil was like, King Phil saw me, he was like, are you alright? And I'm like, yeah, this is delicious. This jellyfish is just delicious. It's to die for. I'm allergic to this. Literally, it's to die for. I'm gonna die from eating this because it's so good. He's like, that is such an amazing gesture. You are now the new Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. So, now I'm the Fresh Prince. And I'm like, you know what? It's my first act as Fresh Prince. I would like this man handcuffed. Steinfeld handcuffed, and I want to put on a plane, and I want to put back in my basement, and actually put chains, like hook him up to the saw right. And Uncle Phil's like, ah, yes, my goons will take care of that. So Steinfeld's back in the basement. I didn't even clean up the other guy yet. He's still down there, like, with his blood, like, brains everywhere. You know, that's really disgusting. But so then, as they're like cuffing him down to the saw again, they accidentally step on his Doritos, and he's just like, no, that was my Doritos. And I'm like, Steinfeld, don't worry, it's not even the one. I got the ones that you didn't like on purpose. He's like, oh. So then, you know, Steinfeld's hooked up back in the basement, and then I have to go back to Bel Air for an important royal meeting. So I'm just like, okay, Steinfeld, I'll get you another bag of Doritos. I'll be going for like 6 weeks though in Bel Air. So I was off to Bel Air for a 6-week leave. I left Steinfeld there. So what I had a couple things I had to do in Bel Air. First, I had to like set up this bakery. King Phil would want me to set up the successful bakery in 6 weeks. And I said, King Phil, this is an awful short time to set up a successful bakery, but let me see what I can do. I know a couple of baker's men. I know the Muffin Man. I got in contact with him. And then I knew, of course, Bill Brick. He would make the building it was in. So of course I had a couple contacts. I brought him in. Meanwhile, Steinfeld was reaching out, and I set up like this in an elaborate way so he could get the Doritos. He had to kick like this bouncy ball. He couldn't reach the Doritos, but he could reach, like, his foot could reach the bouncy ball, so you'd have to kick the bouncy ball off the wall and make it like come back so that it would hit the Doritos towards him. So he was doing that. He kept kicking it. I'm sure he kept like kicking it, and the ball would just like, if you kicked it too far, damn it. If you kicked it too far, like the ball would be gone. You couldn't ever get the Doritos, so you had to be careful, like how you did it. Meanwhile, I'm sitting here. It was like the opening day. We find Bill Brick had built the building. Muffin Man had like a whole variety of muffins to set for the release of it. It was for the grand opening, and there's like a line around the block. I'm like, yes, I think we did it. And son of a bitch game. Oh yeah, so then we opened the store, and probably until closing that day, it was packed. So, you know, King Phil said, you know, you did a good job. I'm gonna send you back now. So I get back there. It's been like a month now, and I find that Steinfeld is missing when I get there. He's gone. He broke out again. And I'm like, where is this man? So I give up for a bit. I go in, make a sandwich, turn on the TV, and what do I see on the news? I see that the whole island of Hawaii has been captured by a terrorist menace, Steinfeld. And I'm like, what have I done? I've released this man unto the public, and now he's going to finally pursue his evil plan, which I knew he was trying to do all along. You see. So the whole island of Hawaii is actually being held hostage, and he has a giant atomic bomb, if you can believe that. He got this atomic bomb, and he's gonna blow the whole thing up if anybody leaves Hawaii. And I don't know where he got this idea. It's just ridiculous, you know, to think that he would do such a thing. So I call him up. I'm like, I got his cell phone. I'm like, Steinfeld, baby, why you gotta be such a dick? And he's like, you know what? When I was sitting here trying to get these Doritos with the ball, I realized that you bought me the wrong Doritos, and now I'm pissed. See, I had bought him the flavored blasted, this cheesy nacho. He hates that shit. He likes the ranch ones. He's like the one guy who likes the ranch Doritos. So I was like, baby, you know, I didn't mean it like that. And so he hangs up. That was the end of the conversation. And then I see in the news like the next night that he blew up a hospital. I'm like, oh fuck, man, that whole state's going to hell. So naturally, I get in the airplane. I start flying down to the Hawaii on a special private plane. And when I arrived there, I see that he has all the police. He trapped them all under the football stadium. You see? I see. That's pretty crazy. I didn't even think that he would trap them there. So I go up and I blow up like the underground sewers so that all the cops come out, and then they start fighting all his henchmen because he's got like a million guys. And then I come up and it's like and then he's like, "Oh, so I see, Dunkey, that you've come to die with your city." And I'm like, "No, I came here to stop you, Steinfeld." And I start fighting him, and I take his head and like I punch his head off, and then his head like turns out he's like a robot the whole time. His head like rolls around and rolls back onto his head. He's like, "My head is invincible." Oh, shit. Well, guys, I tried my best. Thanks for watching. No, we'll beat it. So where was it? Oh yeah, we were fighting. That music is playing like loud as hell in the boombox, and there's like a orchestra sitting around us while we're fighting. And I'm like, "Where's the trigger?" He's like, "Oh, I didn't even know there was. I don't even have a trigger. What are you talking about?" And then I kick him. I kick his legs off, his robo legs. But then it turns out that his robo legs turn double as missiles, so they come back and they blow me up in the back, and I'm like, "Fuck!" And then I fucking get knocked off into like a goddamn like into outer space, and he blows me up onto the moon. Then I'm trapped on the moon. Keep in mind this all really happened. I'm stuck on the moon, and I can see from space that he blows up the entire state of Hawaii. He just nuclear launches. He blows the whole thing up, and I'm like, what have I done? I failed Hawaii. So on my moon phone, I call King Phil. I say, "King Phil, what's the damage? What's his next movie you think?" And King Phil's like, "Well, you know, I gotta manage this bakery. I think I'm gonna need you to come back to the bakery, and we're gonna launch a new promotion where if you buy one muffin, you get one free." I'm like, "Okay, King Phil, I got more important business to attend to right now." And he wears me down, and he convinces me to come and do the bakery stuff. So I'm like, you know, we work on this promotion where you get one muffin, you buy one, you get one free. And we do that for about 2 weeks. Business is looking good. So and then he convinces me to come on for another week. And probably halfway through, like on a Thursday, I see on the news that Steinfeld has taken over Africa. And I'm like, okay, this is getting out of control. King Phil, I've got to go stop this man. But he says, "You know, last time you tried to stop him, what happened? You got mooned. You got fucking mooned." So I'm like, okay, this time though, I'm not gonna get mooned. Simple as that. So I get I have King Phil, have the scientists develop this new weapon for me called the freeze ray, alright? Now, I know Steinfeld's weakness is freeze ray. And also, I bring a secret weapon that I'm not even gonna tell you guys about. That's how secret it is. And then I come there. He's like, "Oh, I see you've come here to die with your Africa city." And I'm like, "No, I've come here to stop you." I hit him with the freeze ray, and he's like, "I have anti-freeze ray shields on." Damn. But then I pull out my secret weapon. Right as he's about to stab my face off with his gun shoot, I pull out my secret weapon, Ranch Doritos. And he goes, how did you know my weakness? And I'm like, because I remember because I'm making this all up. I'm making the whole story up. It's all fake. And I throw one of the Ranch Doritos in his mouth, and he's like, it's just delicious. And then it's so delicious that he blows up and dies. But then I didn't even know that he had a nuclear reactor super mega ultra bomb in his head, and it starts going beep, beep, beep. I'm like, oh shit! So I gotta run out of there, and his is going beep, 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 and then the orchestra comes out, like, and I'm running out of there, and I jump through the fucking hula hoop into space, and I go through the space hula hoop, and then I get teleported into a pizza party. Everybody's there. The guy that old boy killed, Steinfeld is there, King Phil, everybody's sitting there having a pizza party. I'm like, Steinfeld, I gotcha. I stopped your plan again. He goes, oh, you got me. You fucking got me. But next time, I'm gonna get you. I'm gonna kill you. Oh, I said, oh no, Steinfeld. Next time, I'm gonna get you. And then, so that was a fun piece of party. And that's how I saved Christmas. Back to Mega Man. Oh, look at these spin boys trying to spin their way to me, but turns out they'll be spinning. That reminds me of a story. So it was Christmas morning, and I wanted to. It was when I was a kid, and I was hoping for the present of G.I. Joe, because G.I. Joes are so cool. So I wanted a G.I. Joe, but what I got was something. It was like an off-brand G.I. Joe, and then when I hit the button, the G.I. Joe was supposed to say, "Up in arms, soldier," but this off-brand one, it said, "I'm gonna kill you." I was like, oh shit. I didn't tell anybody about it. And then I hit the button again. I was like, "I'm talking to you, kid. I'm gonna kill you." So I was like, this is a pretty cool toy. So I pretty much brought it with me everywhere, and the things would actually get more specific and menacing every time. And like when I would put them like in my backpack, you'd be like, "Don't ever fucking put me in the backpack again, I'll fucking kill you." I'm like, yeah, that's pretty cool. So I put them in the backpack. And you know what? Turns out that same toy, it got recalled that very year, because there was I guess there was a couple I don't know, there's like murderings or something, like the toy would kill you. I never had that problem, you know. I thought it was a pretty cool toy, but then my mom made me take it back, so you know that was pretty disappointing when I had to take it back. Which brings me to my next point. I was like probably 18 at the time, and I get a call from Steinfeld, and he's like, "Hey, I found this warehouse full of that old toy." And I'm like, "Dang, Steinfeld, I want to get one of those. Can you hook me up?" And he's like, "Yeah." So I go and get one, and I pick one out from him. There's like a million of them there, and I realized that I picked the one that I had when I was a kid. It had like a marker on the back. I put like marker to make sure it was mine, and it was the same one I had from when I was a kid. The same toy. I'm like, damn, what are the odds? What are the odds that I get the same guy? And he's like, "I've been waiting for you, Jason." I'm like, oh shit, what the hell? This is a good ass toy. Put me in your house, Jason, while you sleep. And I was like, okay. Put him in my house while I sleep. And I set him down right next to the big knives and the guns. And so I woke up, and he stabbed me in the neck. I was like, wow, what a dick. Returned them to the Target. They don't even know what that thing was, so I didn't get a refund. So I just threw them in the trash. The end. Crashman is a total asshole. Now the trick here is to jump over the bombs and then shoot him in his stupid Crashman face. But sometimes he likes to crash into you. That's why they call him Crashman. See? He's a dick. I'm ready. I've been ready. Let's go. I ain't screwing around this time. I'm about to crash his party. Come on, Crashman. You know, this reminds me of a story. So, it was the following Christmas, and I had asked for a Barbie CD player so I could play all my little CDs. And my mom got me this G.I. Joe CD player, and I realized that there was already a CD in there, and it was actually recorded by the band that G.I. Joe, he was in the band. It was called the Rough Riders, and the first song was Rough Riders, rumba, rumba, Rough Riders, don't, I'm gonna kill you, kid. So I was like, damn, it's the same thing coming to haunt me again. This is a good song. And then I was in the next track. It was don't go Rough Riders, don't go, I'm gonna kill you, kid. So I was like, dang, every song on the track, every song on this whole CD must be like that. Oh, what is this? Dr. Wily's Castle. Alright. Looks like we're nearing the end of the game, guys. What the hell? Looks like there's a million more levels. And I'm more serious now. Who actually funds these levels? There's like a million robots running around. There's a little bird, like, robot comes around like 50 million times. Somebody has to actually pay for those. Does Dr. Wily, like, does he pay all the robots? Whatever. Or does he make them all? Where does he get all the scrap material that he would need to make all these robots? It doesn't... Let me just tell you a story that does make sense, okay? In a game where sense takes second seat. So... I look on the CD of the Rough Rider CD, and I see that the record was produced by Dolphin Flipper Studios. Okay? I looked that up on Google. I see that their building used to be in Nevada. And then I get there. I actually take a trip down to Nevada to check this place out. And I see that the building's been switched. So I go in, I ask the receptionist, you know, did this used to be the Dolphin Flipper Studios building? And it's like, oh, that was way back in the early 90s. And that whole company, they got shut down because of a lawsuit. I was like, is there anything, I asked her, is there anything, like, left? Can I see anything left from them? And she actually, there was an archive in the basement. Stuff they did. So I look in there, and I see the Rough Riders. I see a whole folder on the Rough Riders CD. And, the guy who actually, like, programmed the toys, and it was this angry guy who got fired from Dolphin Flipper Studios, who made the toys. He made them, like, defect and make them say messed up stuff. And then, what was I talking about? Dolphin Flipper Studios. Oh yeah. So then there was this guy. He got pissed because he got fired. So he made the Dolphin. He put those voice clips in the CD and in the toy to fuck with them. And he got sued, and then the whole company got sued. So you know they all went down. But it turns out he actually did the voice of the toy himself. That I'm gonna kill you, kid. That was his voice. So I've tried to find a way to contact him, and then fuck. And then I asked the receptionist, you know, how can I get in contact with this guy? I found in the folder, I found his old phone number. I traced that back to his address. And I meet him, and then I open the door, and finally I'm meeting my old lifetime hero. I open the fucking door, boom, it's fucking Steinfeld. He goes, well, you finally found me out. I go, Steinfeld, you were the guy the whole time? And he goes, look who finally fucking figured me out. You know what, kid? I ought to squash you like a bug. And then we get in another fight. Boom, 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 boom. I throw him out the window. And then he starts punching me, and I start punching him in the street. And then a fucking car comes and crashes into both of us, and then we get knocked up in the air by the car, and then we're fighting in midair. And then I kick his robo head off, but then I kick his robo head off so far that it goes in the sewer, so his head can't even get back to his body. So I'm just fighting his headless body, and then and then a big ass helicopter hits us both in midair, and then we start fighting inside of the helicopter, and like and the helicopter pilot goes, "Get out of here, you two fighters!" And then I punch him out of the back end of the helicopter, and what the fuck? Where did the dragon come from? I thought I was playing Mega Man 2, not Dragon Quest 3. Where? He was in the helicopter. I punched him out of the back of the helicopter, and the whole helicopter crashed and landed on Steinfeld. And I said, "Looks like this helicopter's fucking, you're dead, Steinfeld." And then Steinfeld died. The end. I gotta fight this dragon. Metal blades don't work. What? If I learned anything about this game, is metal blades kill everybody, but not the dragon. Gotcha, dragon. Looks like this is Dragon Quest 2, where the dragon dies at the end. Spoiler alert. I'm back. Mega Man 2. All right, let's finish this game in a display of glory. That reminds me of a story. I was working at McDonald's. I was working as a janitor for McDonald's, and I was told to clean up the bathrooms. And so I went in there with my bucket and my mop, and I said, this place is this is disgusting. Somebody really ought to clean this up. So I stepped out and I looked for a manager, and I said, you got to get somebody in those bathrooms, clean those up. Those are disgusting. And he tells me, "That's your job. You're the janitor." And my face, when he said that, I got so angry. I literally, I took one of those little plastic forks they give you, and I stabbed him in the face with the plastic fork. And I went to jail. I went to jail for 5 years, actually. And while I was in jail, I befriended a man called Dyrone Tonk. Okay, and he was out in the weight room. He was lifting, and he was picking up about 300 pounds. And I was like, damn, this is a big dude. So I'm like, "Hey, Dyrone, how come you came into jail?" He's like, "Man, believe this or not, I was working out too hard, and they put me in jail for working out." And I was like, damn. Now that I believe, because that's how it happened to me. That's how I got in jail. Remember? And then, so I'm like, "Dyrone, you and me, you know how we break out of here, right? All we gotta do is make a smash hit Christmas album, and we could just buy our way out. I'm pretty sure that's how the U.S. Jail system works." So me and Dyrone, we were both great singers, but we couldn't find usual band players like saxophone, keyboards, guitar. We couldn't find any of that. So we met this other prisoner. This was all during the 80s. Keep in mind, there's a man called Joey Bonzo, and he was actually a piano god. He could actually play any instrument, and he could just do it amazing. So we just saw him in the jail. It was like, we're like, "Hey, Joey, you want to make a Christmas album?" He's like, "Hey, bitch, I've been making Christmas albums since I was fucking born. That's why they put me in jail, because my new album, Christmas with the Bonzos, it reveals my conspiracy against the president." So I was like, "Okay. Well, Joey, it's time that you finally came back to the Christmas album genre." So me, Dyrone, and Joey Bonzo all formed together to create a super group, and we would go on later to be known as the Beatles. So we started our songs, and the album was looking great. It was set for an early December release, just in time for the holidays, and we shit. And so I'm looking at Dyrone, and I'm like, "Hey, you gotta stop working out, and you gotta really focus on the project." And he's like, "Man, you can't tear my life in half like that, It's either both or none, you know. And I didn't really get that. He was like, I either do the Christmas album and workout, or I don't do either. And I just sit there and do nothing. I'm like, that wrong. Your vocals on the second track, Brombo Vacation, were a little lacking. You know, he was messing up a little. You know, I didn't really believe that he was on a Brombo Vacation when I listened to the song. He was like, Brombo Vacation. Brombo Vacation. That's not how you sing it. If I was singing, I was like, Brombo Vacation, Brombo, and he was like, Brombo Vacation. He didn't really. I don't think he even liked the lyrics, to be honest. I don't even think he knew what a Brombo Vacation was. As we all know what it is, but he didn't know at the time. So there's a lot of hype surrounding the album as it's released, and it actually becomes #1 in the charts. It goes platinum in a day, and then we have enough money to buy our way out of jail. So then, you know, Joey Bonzo, he continues his career in music. You know, Tyrone, he goes back to working out, and I go back to this same McDonald's where I stabbed that guy in the face with the plastic fork. And I'm like, listen, motherfucker, I'm gonna do it again. So I stab him in the face with the fork again. I am sent back to jail, okay? And this is where the story gets intriguing, okay? While I'm in jail, I meet a man called Tyrone Tonk, if you can believe that. I see him working out in the gym, and he's picking up like 300 pounds, I think. And I'm like, damn, you know, this is a big guy. How you gonna pick up 300 pounds? I'm like, Tyrone, you know how we break out of jail, right? We make a Christmas album and we buy our way out. But he's like, well, I can't play the piano, I can't play the saxophone, I can't play the guitar, I can't play the Donkey Kong bongos. I'm like, it's okay, because I know this guy, Joey Bonzo. He's also in the jail, okay? So this is, I'm ingenious. This is just a genius plot I've come up with. So all three of us, we call ourselves the Beatle Brothers, and we come up with a new Christmas album called Christmas with the Cranks. That was a pretty good idea by me. We come up with a new album called Christmas with the Cranks, and on the front, we actually have a picture of Tim Allen. Believe this, Tim Allen, dressed up like Santa Claus. We even got Tim on it, and we released the album. You got glowing reviews. It was hailed as one of the greatest albums of all time. I believe you can look it up on Google. Best albums of all time. It'll be #1 most likely. Then we bought our way out of jail, and I went back to the same McDonald's again. All right, and I'm like, hey, guy, I stab him in the face again with a plastic fork. I'm sent to jail, okay? And while I'm in jail, I come up with the ingenious idea. I say, why don't I make a Christmas album with Tyrone Tonk? So we team up with Joey Bonzo, and we make this album, okay? And then I'm like, you know, now that I'm out of jail, I'm gonna go and stab that guy in the face again with the plastic fork. But before the second I get into McDonald's, I see the manager. He's like, "Oh shit, this again for the 4th time." Then all the lights in the McDonald's go out. It's midnight. It's pitch black, and then I just hear, And I'm like, "Oh shit, I know whose entrance music that is." Now entering the ring, Steinfield Billiam. I'm like, oh shit, and then I'm like, okay, I guess I gotta get in the ring, and then my entrance music comes on. I get knocked down, but I will get win. You're never gonna keep me down. I get knocked down, now entering the ring. Dunkey. Never gonna keep me down. I get knocked down. I'm like, oh shit, here we go. We're about to wreck. John Madden comes out of the fucking out of the boxing. He's like, I'm the announcer. I'm John Madden. I'm the announcer for the fight, and we got a marvelous fight today, folks. We got in this corner we have Steinfeld. In this corner we have Video Game Dunks, both top fighters. Dunkey has just released a Christmas album, ladies and gentlemen. Christmas the Cranks. Purchase now on the website. And I'm like, okay, alright, you motherfucker. Steinfeld, I'm gonna fight you once and for all. Then he pulls out his super secret boxing gloves that nobody knows about except for me. They're made out of metal. And I'm like, he has an unfair advantage. I'm gonna have to use his weakness against him. So, luckily, I keep Doritos Ranch chips in my pocket at all times. And I bust them out, and I put one in. I place one in his mouth, and he goes, "How did you know?" And then he takes a bite, and the whole arena just starts to crumble, and it's like, and then you just hear his music comes on, and he's like, he's powering up with the Doritos. I'm like, oh shit, what have I done? You have activated self-destruct. I'm like, oh shit, I gotta escape out of here again like the last time. And then I quick jump on John Madden's back, and he's like, in the new Madden 2013, I have jetpack feet. Get on, kid. Me and John Madden go off into space, and we go through the space hula hoop, and I'm like, and the space hula hoop is like, and I'm like, and as you can hear his music come on. It's like, and then we just see a gigantic Steinfeld just chasing us through space, and he's like eating entire space with his black hole mouth. I'm like, oh no, he's sucking us in, John Madden. We have to get out of here. John Madden's like, hold on to my Madden missiles, kid. I grab onto the Madden missiles on his back. I'm like, oh, and then fucking, it turns out Steinfeld's turned into his ultimate form, Mega Steinfeld's like, oh, and I'm like, and I'm like, oh man, these missiles aren't even hurting him. He's like, and he's like, oh, you fool, those missiles will never hurt my Mega Steinfeld armor. And I'm like, but man, he's got Mega Steinfeld armor, dick. And man's like, shit, man, I'll try to use my, that's it, I'll have to use my Brett Favre cannon. I'm like, oh shit, how much ammo do you even got left in the Brett Favre cannon? He's like, there's only one Brett Favre, kid. And we load up Brett Favre into the cannon. Brett Favre's like, I'm on my way. And then we shoot Brett Favre out of the cannon. And then Mega Steinfeld's like, and then he gets hit by Brett Favre. And then Mega Steinfeld's like, and then it looks like we killed Mega Steinfeld. That's when we didn't kill him at all. And then we just hear his music. And he gets like 1,000,000 times bigger, and he's like, I'm like, man, do you hear that music? We're gonna get fucked. And man's like, she. So I'm riding man through space, and fucking Mega Steinfeld's like eating the whole universe, and like I'm like, man, do you have anything better than a Brett Favre cannon? He's like, there's no better player than Brett Favre. I'm like, oh shit. And then at the last second, fucking King Phil comes out of nowhere in the Millennium Falcon. He's like, Yahoo, kid! Let me take it from here. He starts shooting his Millennium missiles at him. And I started using the Mad missiles in coordination with the Millennium Falcon missiles. And they both combined with the Millennium Madden. And it's like, this is the Madden 2000 all over again. And then Mega Steinfeld, I can't handle the graphics of the new Madden and the new physics systems and the passing. And then Mega Steinfeld's like, she. And then I'm like, and King Phil's like, I'm all out of missiles, kid. Oh, Chewbacca, you take it from here. And I'm like, Chewbacca, we have to align our lasers just right to shoot him in the eye at the same time. And Chewbacca, I'm like, okay, our missiles aligned. 3, 2, 1. And I'm Mega Steinfeld like, shit. How did you know my weakness was lasers? I'm like, the louder you get, the more powerful the lasers. And then Mega Steinfeld's like, oh fuck. And then Mega Steinfeld is finally defeated, and he just explodes. But then you see that another Steinfeld comes out of the exploding one, and I'm like, what in the fuck? And I just hear now you have unleashed my ultimate power. I'm like, fuck you. I'm like, man, what the fuck are we doing? And man is like, fuck you, kid, and fucking ejects me out of his fucking seat, and I get stuck in space. I'm like, shit. Now it's just me and King Phil. King Phil's like, fuck you, kid. I'm like, come on, how you gonna leave me like that, Phil? And Chewbacca, and then I'm like, finally, Steinfeld, it's just you and me to the death. And Steinfeld takes my head and he smashes me with a space punch, and I'm like, fuck. He's punching me so hard, I go into the meteorite and I get knocked through the meteorite. I'm like, oh fuck, and I'm right on the brink of death. I'm like, no, Steinfeld, it doesn't have to be this way. And Steinfeld's like, you should have never hired me for the voice acting. And I'm like, damn it, okay. And then bum, and then he's right about to finish me off with his super Steinfeld slam, and he starts whirling me around in the air, and he's about to smash me down on the Earth's surface and destroy the entire Earth. And then, out of nowhere, fucking Bill Brick comes out of nowhere. Bill Brick, I knew you would come back. And Bill Brick's like, don't worry, son, I'll build a brick wall. And then Bill Brick builds a giant brick wall between me and Steinfeld. And then Steinfeld knocks that down in one hit. Bill Brick, you fucking suck. And then Steinfeld turns into an alien. I'm like, shit, man, you were alien the whole time. Steinfeld's like, now you can see my ultimate power. I'm like, fuck. So I don't even tell anybody about this part, but I pull out my Dunkey blast. And I use my Dunkey blast, and I fucking blast him. I go, and I fucking finally destroy him, and he turns back into his normal stupid Steinfeld, bum Steinfeld off the street. I'm like, nah, I've defeated you for real though. This is the real time. This one really counts. You can't come back. And Steinfeld's like, no, please forgive me, Dunk. I've been defeated. You finally have beat me. I'm like, you know what? Fuck! So that's the story of how I worked at McDonald's. Thanks for watching my Mega Man playthrough, you guys. It's been a joy.